welcome to the Science Faction Podcast, where science meets fact meets fiction.
This is Science Faction for the week of September 21st, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen Dominguez, and with me tonight, two gentlemen that are definitely not forgetting about waking up Green Day very soon.
This is Benjamin Daniel Ellis. You keep bringing that up.
I don't want us to forget, maybe they might make a good album again someday.
Oh, have the last
Devon
few
Kraft.
not been good? Oh, hi, Devon. Sorry.
It just, it's fine.
What's the last good Green Day album for you?
The last
Uno Dos Tres?
No, it was probably American Idiot.
Okay.
Really not 21st Century Breakdown? I mean, that felt like just a redo of American Idiot, but it was still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, is it's like you can't just try to redo the same thing again.
Are you also including like Foxborough Hot Tubs or any of the other Green Day adjacent
things?
projects?
No, because
Okay.
all of them are terrible.
I liked Foxborough Hot Tubs. I thought that was pretty good.
What about
And the network? The network was all right.
The network? Yeah, I remember the network.
Yeah.
It was all
Yeah, the
weird
network was
stuff.
all right.
I am like happy that it exists and they were able to express themselves and their art in different ways. It's just not anything that I'm excited to put on and listen to. Like, I'll go back and listen to Dookie. I will listen to Warning, and I will listen to American Idiot. And even American Idiot, it's like got to be from the beginning to the end. It's like one big story for me. Like, I don't just put it on shuffle. No, it's because you follow the plot. Anyways.
I mean, I think that all they just need to do is make a sequel to Angus and have the same bands make new songs on the soundtrack in that vibe, and then boom.
That'd be fantastic.
Because JAR off of the Angus soundtrack is Green Day's best song. Like,
it's really
bar
good.
none.
It's really, really good. Jason Andrew Relva is what that stands for. So what's up, Devon? Any new Metallica news? Since we're talking about old stuff that used to be cool.
No new news that I can think of.
All right.
That's too bad.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, they put out a new album like a year ago or 2 years ago, so it's going to be another 5 years before they put out another album.
I mean, they're getting pretty old, man. How long do you think are they going to be like Rolling Stones and just go until they rot?
I think so. They don't show any signs of slowing down. I mean, their touring schedule is still pretty crazy, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Why not?
They have announced their final farewell tour scheduled to kick off this year.
Final farewell tour?
Metallica?
Yeah, according to
Metallica?
rockcelebrities.net. Here's a crazy video, or I think that the image from it is really interesting. It's just the four
doubt
faces
this is going to
in
be
there.
legit.
Oh, Happy Fool's Day. Nah, never mind. Happy April Fool's Day.
There's no way. I would have. I mean, the last news I heard about them. Oh, I guess this is news. They were going to have a residency at the Sphere in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
which is pretty cool. I've seen the outside of it. We had a hotel room that like looked right at it, and it had a lot of cool stuff. But I've seen pictures from the inside. It's supposed to be really cool, but it's supposed to be really expensive. So the tickets are probably going to be like hundreds of dollars each.
Yeah.
I mean, probably worth it once,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Looks like they're done with their most recent tour that ended in June. They were playing with Pantera, Suicidal Tendencies, Limp Bizkit, and Ice Nine Kills.
jeez, what a
Ice Nine Kills is
show!
pretty awesome. They're all awesome, but although Pantera,
It's
they got
not.
the singer.
It's not Pantera.
It's kind of like a Pantera cover band with the original singer, but
Oh man. Oh, Dimebag, what happened? All right. Well, look, guys, I'm gonna.
He got shot.
I
The way you
know.
say it that way, it was his fault. Like he OD'd or something. Oh, Dimebag, you let us all down by getting shot
Just don't get shot.
That's cold. I didn't know that. So
on stage by a fan. Well,
Yeah, fan murdered him.
Fan, but,
Whoa.
Yeah. But yeah, just dodge next time. Let's.
Dude, not cool.
I know it's not cool at all, but we got to start talking about something else. Devon, you went on a cruise?
I'm going on a cruise next weekend.
I feel like you've been on like 12 cruises this past month.
I've been on one cruise, and I've mentioned the one coming up a couple times.
All right. Well, where's this one to?
Same place, Cozumel, just because it's convenient, because it goes out of Galveston, Texas, and then it's like a 4-day cruise, so it's a good amount of time to not take up too much time, but still be enough to where you get, good vacation. So there's that.
Cool. Superman?
I saw the new Superman.
Oh,
it's
okay.
on HBO. You guys have both seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, twice.
You both have talked about it, I think.
Well,
Yeah. I've seen it twice now.
Yeah, it was okay. I think I'd heard it was
disagree.
good.
Hard disagree. It was very good.
Okay. Well, I'll give you Jen's review was I had low expectations and it did not surpass my expectations.
Oh,
Wow.
whoa.
Dang.
Which I thought was
stone cold.
I liked the character Superman. I really liked his portrayal of it and how like he was like a genuine like good person. I liked that.
Yeah.
But the whole
was
plot
really
was
cool.
just very muddled and just weird. But yeah.
Yeah.
There's my review.
Muddled and weird, but Superman was good.
Like this podcast.
Yeah, 100%. All right, fair enough. Cool. I'm pretty sure Ben and I thought much higher of it, but we've talked about it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I see you wrote down Twisted Metal as well. I saw that are they about to start a second season or what's going on with
The second,
that?
yeah, the second season is out.
Okay.
We're like halfway through the second season. So I'd watched the first season and then I just rewatched it with Jen, and then we're watching the second season now, and it's really good. I think if you like, it's like watching. It's kind of like Fallout because it is post-apocalyptic, but there are cities and there's different groups of people doing things, and like the the lack of realism is also kind of like Fallout. How it's like, things are like beaten up and rusted, but we don't really worry too much about finding food and bullets and things because they're still everywhere. Even though it's been 20 years since society collapsed, we can still find everything we need somewhat easily.
Right, right.
And then just the crazy, like, I'm sure it's all in the. I've never played the video game, so I'm sure all this crazy stuff's in the video game, but just characters who just have really weird things going on and characteristics. But it's a fun show. It's really well done. It's funny. It's like it does a really good job of like developing the characters. I think that's like the big thing is like it feels like they really tried to make a good TV show, not just a good like action show. So no, I highly recommend it.
All right.
Wow. Awesome. Ben, did you ever play Twisted Metal?
I have played Twisted Metal. I was more a Vigilante 8 fan, though, if we're talking about 32-bit arena car shooters.
Nobody knows what you're talking about, Ben.
Yeah, I understand.
The 4 other people that know do not listen to our podcast.
They just threw their fists in the air and they said, Ben Lawless, he's got it right.
They were sitting around, in different parts of the world, and suddenly they all got goosebumps at the same time, and they looked up slowly.
That's right. Yeah.
Somebody said it.
Somebody evoked. If we say its name 3 times, it will appear. Vigilante 8. But no, not much Twisted Metal. How about you, Stephen?
My buddy Mike had
There's
Twisted Metal on his PlayStation. Yeah, the PlayStation.
Yeah,
I think
there's 4 of them. I think.
Oh, I don't even know which one, but we would play that. And as far as lore goes, Devon, I don't know. It's just cars shooting at each other, like in a big arena.
So then a lot of the lore, then it must be all made up for the TV show, then.
Yeah, or whatever lore there was, it wasn't in the forefront of the game to like pay attention to. It was like a fighting game, like pick your guy, and you're picking your car, and now go fight. It was like that. So, yeah.
Oh, there's.
So I guess they must just made up a ton of stuff for the show.
Yeah, well, I mean that allows them more freedom
then.
Mm-hmm. What was that, Ben?
There have been a lot of games in the series.
Okay.
10. There have been 10 games in this series. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I had to count because Wikipedia wouldn't just tell me. I had to actually, but like enough that, I couldn't. But you get down to the end of the Wikipedia page, and right there, see also Vigilante 8. Let's go.
So what is Vigilante 8? Because I don't know what that is.
It's just another vehicular combat game. It was on the PlayStation, Nintendo 64, and Game Boy Color. And and it had a sequel, but a couple of sequels. Looks like but it's just, it's the same game, just different cars and different locations. It's not.
There's a whole subgenre in that era of like car combat games. I had one called The Streets of Sim City. Where you would import your save game of your SimCity 2000 game or whatever it was, and then it built out that exact same city as like a GTA style game, except you didn't get out of your car, you just drove it around to different places, but like where the city hall was is where the city hall is, and all the residential is where you zoned them, and all that stuff. It was terrible, and I loved it.
So like one thing that does set Vigilante 8 apart is that it is in an alternate 1975. So like it's got major 1970s flair to it all. So there's that.
There's good cars in the 1970s. So
right.
Do you happen to know if they used real cars or made up cars?
Looks like made up cars. A 1972 Moth truck, 1974 Strider, 1969 Jefferson.
No.
Clydesdale.
Nah.
Yeah.
The Clydesdale, does it happen to look like the Mustang?
Probably.
Yeah. I would wager $1,000 on that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, what else has cars and goes vroom?
Oh my gosh, Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom is a new game, completely new game that looks like the games we're talking about. That's from the era of the games we're talking about, because it looks like it's Super Mario 64, but it plays like it's Crazy Taxi. Like it's pretty wild, and has a very funny story, and you kind of. You just get wound up, and it's a 3D platformer where you're playing a taxi.
Oh, when you say wound up, it's because you have a big wind up key on the back of you, like a toy from the 1920s.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And you can go forward, you can go back, and then you can boost ahead, which kind of turns into sort of a really weird and janky jump in some cases, but it's been a lot of fun. I got it on sale recently. I've been kind of eyeing it for a long time, and right now, for the next 38 hours, so probably our patrons can jump into this. You can get it for $6.79 on Steam, but I ended up getting it as part of the Pixel Cars Go Hard bundle of it and 2 other games that were on my wish list already.
Wow.
Victory Heat Rally and Parking Garage Rally Circuit.
Both of those look kind of cool.
Yeah. They just, all 3 of them have been on my wish list forever, and they're all 3 in a bundle. So I paid like $20 and got all 3 of them. And yeah, it was pretty great.
It
So
looks like it's
but
also
I
part of
haven't-
the driving you insane bundle, which includes You Suck at
Yeah.
Parking and Turbo Golf Racing,
which is incredible. And Turbo Golf Racing is one of the best games ever made.
So if you're looking to drive little cars around, Ben's your guy.
Yeah, it's a very particular type of video game that scratches a very particular Ben itch. But yeah. Anyhow,
you need a
Yellow
very-
Taxi Goes Vroom.
Very particular itch cream for that itch there, Ben.
For sure. It might be petroleum based.
Oof.
We'll see.
So
But,
someone that I know, I didn't know that they played games, like video games. Our good friend of the show, Christina's husband. We were
Oh yeah.
we were playing Shatterpoint the other day, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But he mentioned that he was enjoying Stardew Valley. And I was like, dude, right on, because that is a banger of a game. And then I talked to him about Graveyard Keeper. Did you ever play that one, Ben?
No, I haven't played that one.
Oh, that's great because it's a very similar game loop and progression and everything that Stardew Valley has, except you're in some kind of afterlife and you're a grave keeper, like graveyard keeper. So like a talking donkey, a talking socialist donkey delivers corpses to you, and then you have to like inter them properly, and at the same time like make headstones and repair the church and talk to like there's a cult nearby, and it's all this weird fun stuff. But it's the same game loop where like, oh, you have to take care of stuff every day. You only have so much energy, you know, like, oh, the day's only so long, and all those kinds of things. And you know, it's a farming simulator, just a little different.
Yeah, just a little darker. It's,
darker.
After dark. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, we played some Shatterpoint, which was great. I just finished another batch of minis, and I wanted to give a couple of them a spinaroo. So I ended up playing with Lord Maul, this droid, Kraken, some B2s, Count Dooku, and Jango Fett, and the Magna droids. That was my loadout. And Greg was doing the entire Rogue One, the two sets that is Rogue One. So we had Andor and K2SO and Rebellion Pathfinders, and then Jyn Erso, and who else was it? Bodhi Rook, the pilot, and then Baze Malbus and Chitwe Emafor. I don't know, however you say his name. All those guys. He was all of them. All painted up, ready to go. We had a nice board set out. And I thought I was going to lose very, very quickly. But I ended up winning the first round, which was pretty cool. Maul did a bunch of business and got himself killed, which I thought was like, okay, he's one of my primary guys, and he's out of the game now, and this is the first round. Like, that was a bad move. But it turns out it was fine. So the second round, Greg got, and like really quick too, within like 15 minutes or something, just because of the ways that between the rounds, the different points on the board that you have to capture change, like which ones are active and inactive. And so how round one ends is of course how round two begins, but there's different points. He was just in a better position, and just that round two, he just blew me out of the water. And I was like, okay, don't have Maul. At this point, everyone's damaged a little bit. No one is off the board yet, but it's getting a little risky. And then the final round we played, it was close, back and forth until I took out I think I took out Andor, and that nudged me just like 1 point ahead. That then ended up finishing that last struggle. It was epic, you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Right on.
Right on.
Yeah. Anyways, Shatterpoint, still an awesome mini squad game stuff. And if you want to know more, Go on Discord. I'll happily talk about it forever. All right. At this point, let's move on to a little bit of future or now.
Future.
Oh, you messed me up. All right. Keep messing me up, Ben. What have you brought to the table this week?
Well, if you think I'm not going to talk about new Star Trek series, well, you're wrong. We have 2 new official Star Trek series, and I don't understand, you guys. If anybody's interested in my feelings on the most recent season of Strange New Worlds, last episode's Patreon will give you a lot of that. But I don't understand how so near to the end of that season do they start 2 new Star Trek series. Now, sure, this first one that I'm going to talk about, it's called Star Trek Scouts.
Okay.
It's a show for preschoolers. Like I'm just gonna,
okay.
yeah, but it has Star Trek in the title, so you bet
you're
Ben's
gonna
watch it.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, the artwork. This looks just like the Spidey and Friends that's out there, and
Right.
like that same
Yeah, so
chibi style kid friendly stuff, which is fine.
It's actually on the same YouTube channel as Blaze and the Monster Machines. So like if you're of a particular age or have have kids of a particular age, you know what you're getting into. Essentially this is a Star Trek flavored thing where there's a problem that happens and only these preschoolers can solve it, but they have to roll, or there's like a 4 different options of things they can use in order to solve the problem. They try one, it doesn't work, and then they try another one, or and so after 2 or 3 guesses it works, and everybody goes cheers,
hooray,
it's
we
great,
did it,
right?
Yeah.
They're 4-minute episodes. They're 3 episodes into their 20 episode run. They're made by Nickelodeon.
Okay.
And they are okay for what they are. They give me a lot of questions when I watch it because I expect it to be I expect it to be in something that kind of makes sense. And unfortunately there just aren't a lot of answers here. However, there is a potential weird thing that happens in episode 3, which is an asteroid is on its way to the planet, and before they fix it, before they use their transporters and deflector beams to throw stuff at it,
Sure.
Sprocket, the Vulcan preschooler, he's drawing, and he draws a drawing of kind of the commander, and his name is JR. JR looks at this drawing and he becomes so infatuated with it. He's just like, this is the best drawing ever. I love it so much. And you can tell he's just maybe kind of vain.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps kind of the internet theory right now is that perhaps JR is none other than a young Jack Ransom, the commander on the USS Cerrito from Star Trek Lower Decks. Cerritos.
That's so fun. That's true.
It's a neat little fan theory, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Yes, but so anyhow, what I'm telling you is, if you're not a preschooler, you don't need to watch it. It's okay. There is nothing in there that really necessarily tells you anything about the Star Trek universe that you didn't already know if you've been paying attention.
Wouldn't it be great if there's some lore breaking stuff in there?
Dude, that would be cool.
That's where all the good Trek is hidden in the preschool show. We're going to talk about racism. Let's go. Already did that.
Right. Yeah. Star Trek Prodigy kind of already did that. But if you want to hear good Star Trek, I recommend Star Trek Con, which is a new audio drama that's released in podcast form over 3 episodes. and it's from basically Nicholas Meyer, who wrote Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote the story treatment for this, and Christian Bayer, who's one of the staff writers of a lot of the new Trek, but also has been writing Star Trek novels for for over 2 decades now, along with David Mack, another celebrated Star Trek novelist. They made it into a full-fledged, wrote it out as a full-fledged 3-part audio drama. I've listened to the first 2 parts that are out now, and they're really good.
How is it produced? Like they have sounds and stuff like that?
Yes. Yeah, it's an audio drama. Yeah,
you knew what I meant, Devon. Come on.
It's just a silent. It's like a silent film, but this is on the radio.
A silent podcast. Yes, sounds great.
Yeah, but what's also kind of fascinating is the actors that they got for it. So Naveen Andrews, who you know as Saeed from Lost, he plays Khan.
Great, fantastic, I love it.
Yeah, and Marla McGivers is played who in Space Seed was the historian on the ship that kind of betrays the ship to go with Khan. She's played by, oh gosh, I'm going to totally get this wrong. Ren Schmidt from For All Mankind. Yeah.
Who's that?
Ren Schmidt played who's the woman who defected to Russia at the end of the last season of For All Mankind?
Oh,
she was like the head of NASA.
What was her name? Yeah.
Margot?
Yeah, Margot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's
okay. So that actress is doing the voice of
another character in this. Yeah,
okay, got it.
And then on top of it, it also has George Takei as Sulu, Tim Russ as Ensign Tuvok. Ensign
Tuvok.
Yes, yeah, because this story, kind of the overarching story, is it takes place around the time of Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, and basically there's a historian that wants to find out what happened on SETI Alpha 5 prior to the events of Star Trek II.
Okay.
And so there's this overarching story, but the meat of the story is, well, what happened after Khan was exiled on SETI Alpha 5 and was trying to start a new society with all of his augments, and how, what they, how this warlord from the 1990s on Earth makes his way to trying to tame this beautiful but unforgiving landscape. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it, you guys.
Yeah, right on. It's just going to be 3 in total, and then it's like one. The story's done. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
You know what they should do with Star Trek?
I don't know, but feels like it.
Here's what they should do with Star Trek. I've solved it. I just solved it right now.
Oh, okay.
A new show. I would prefer it animated, but if they want to do it live action, that's fine as well. A new show called Star Trek Generations, right? Which makes you think. But it's a series of stories.
Nothing's ever been called that before.
What?
Nothing's ever been called that before, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll work on the name.
Put a Z at the end or something. It's fine. No. Next Generations. There you go.
Okay.
Star Trek Next Generations. And what it is, it's an anthology show that goes through all of the crazy history of Star Trek that pinpoints the weird time, the eugenics wars of the 90s. It goes through all of that stuff and tweaks and bends the story to have, not tweaks, but shows some kind of linear path of how we got to the Federation. Here's the lows and the highs and all this stuff, and include all the weird time travel stuff and the whatnot. And that would be fun. Tell me that wouldn't be fun.
That would be cool. Yeah, it's interesting, like, because my son and I we're rewatching both season 1 of Star Trek Voyager and season 1 of Star Trek Discovery, kind of on a whim, as we're
Okay.
kind of going back and forth on episodes, and it's interesting thinking about how good Star Trek Discovery season 1 is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was so good, but also how much better it could have been with like a lot of, if they had kept with original showrunners, if they'd kept with the original ideas that they had for the show, which I had heard that one of the things that they were considering doing was that every season would be following a different crew, like in a different era,
Oh.
and
For
and
what
essentially
show they were going to do that?
Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, Discovery. Okay.
Yeah, was sort of like one of the early pitches for it was like, hey, don't get too comfortable, but we're going to tell like season-long story arc, and then that's it, and then the next season's going to be a completely different story in the Star Trek universe.
That's how Stranger Things was first pitched as well. It was
Hmm.
like, oh, okay, if one season you got the kids and the weird stuff, and then it's done, and the next season it would be a totally different cast, different story, all that stuff. But then it was so popular that they were like, oh, let's do it some more. Now the
Yeah.
kids are in their 40s still playing teenagers. It's ridiculous. It's the problem with casting
Yeah,
kids,
anyhow.
man.
But
All right.
yeah,
Well,
like it's good enough in terms of Star Trek Khan's good enough in terms of casting that Naveen Andrews he's now my new Khan. Like he just
Ooh.
does a great job as Khan.
Cool.
Yeah.
No way he's better than
Ricardo Montalban.
Ricardo.
no Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know who's that
Oh,
guy.
That's he was fine as whatever the character was that he was introduced as in that film, but he did not need to be Khan, and boy, that was not a great decision.
All right.
Anyhow,
Let's move
how
on
about-
from
how
that
about-
decision.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. We're done with Star Trek, right? Right, Steven?
Certainly
Right?
not. I have Star Trek news. What? But once you see what it's connected to, it will all make sense. Star Trek is now going to have official Lego sets.
All right.
Yeah.
More than one. We know that.
Well, yes and no. There have been leaks. No sets have been announced officially yet. They had a little teaser. It showed a little Lego Picard guy, and it was just like, hey, just letting us know that it's coming. There were some leaks. One of them via Reddit, it shows it's the Enterprise D, the full ship with like 15 minifigs or something, like all the crew as minifigs that go along with it.
Yeah,
It looks
the
pretty
face.
legit, that leak.
Yeah, the face of Wesley is just so funny to me on that.
Like that.
Okay.
We can take that. Like, I think it looks pretty good as being real, right?
Yeah, it's been shown it's been leaked a few different times, it sounds like, and it's the same. So yeah, I think this is pretty legit. And as a avid Lego person, this looks like a Lego set. A lot of times, like once you've been around a lot of Lego sets and you look online and you see that someone's made something that looks like it could be official, a lot of times you can tell it's not. Even though it looks amazing and what they've created is fantastic, Lego has a strict rules on how it builds its sets, and there are illegal configurations that they don't allow their sets to do. So anyways, there are no red flags from me on this set. This looks like a legit Lego set to me.
You've been paying attention.
What's that?
And you've been paying attention?
I have been paying attention. The other one is possibly a Type 15 shuttle pod with a Ensign Row minifig. That does not look legit. That looks like someone's wish list. So I wouldn't keep my hopes up for that one.
Yeah.
But a shuttle like that would go really well with as a companion piece to this Enterprise D. That would be really cool. I'm looking around like, what do I have that was like something big, and then like other things came. I'm thinking about like the NASA stuff. Which is behind me.
I think the new Death Star, like you can get, I don't know if it costs extra or it comes with it as an extra side thing, but a shuttle craft is like a separate set, but it goes with the Death Star.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I know that there's a new Death Star 2. It looks like a diorama. Really, it's not a big sphere like the last one. It's just it's a deep circle with lots of levels. Looks kind of cool, but like it's so big that there's no way I couldn't fit that anywhere, and so
it's also $1,000.
I mean, yeah, there's that as well. If I had $1,000, I'd pick myself up the newest Falcon, which is a cool set. Anyways, what do you guys think as elder millennials now that have some pocket change? Is this a Lego set that you drop some money on?
Yeah, definitely. If the rumor is also that's $400, so it's pricey. I mean, it's not as much as like the Falcon that I bought, which was like $800.
Yeah.
So we're talking, these are really high price sets.
This looks about half the size of the Falcon too.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but that's kind of the problem with doing Star Trek, is that the ships are a lot more sleek than they are in Star Wars.
And symmetrical, and yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars, it looks cobbled together. That's kind of the point of it.
Right.
With more like machinery type stuff sticking out, and that really works well for Lego. But when you've got like Enterprise D, which is like smooth, it's hard, and like the shape of it,
yeah,
it's hard to get right. But it looks like they did a pretty good job, and so I'm definitely excited for it. I'll buy it.
Yeah, it looks good, and reportedly the saucer section also detaches. So I'm curious if that comes with its own separate stand. So yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah. Anyways, let's move ourselves right along to taking a break. It's that time again for some book club. So we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Giants, which is how you pronounce that, by Edward Bryant, published in 1979. So read your copy, and we'll see you on the other end. So we'll be right back. You ever notice how everyone in sci-fi movies has a secret society they belong to? The Jedi, the Bene Gesserit, the Illuminati, or whatever? Well, guess what? So do we. It's called our Patreon, and if you join at patreon.com/sciencefactionpodcast, you'll get access to exclusive content, our Discord, and knowledge that normal listeners will never understand. Join us, or remain in the dark. Your call. And we're back.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Jeez, come on, guys.
And a big thank you to our patrons, Renee and Josh. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Book club time.
Yeah, Devon. I mean, I guess you guys did you guys read Giants?
Yeah,
Devon.
Yeah, I kind of skimmed it a bit, but yeah, I read it.
Devon skimmed it.
Whoa,
fantastic!
Oh my gosh, that's like that scene in Star Trek 4 where Kirk is surprised that Spock is like giving an estimate. And, yeah.
Okay.
It's very funny if you've seen Star Trek 4 and know what I'm talking about.
I got you, man. I bet you're correct. All right.
Why am I even on this podcast? Vigilante 8, fans, let's rise up. We'll start our own
Vigilante fans rise up.
8 and Vigilante 8 fan cast.
You and the three other guys, do it, man. All right, what are we reading next week? Just Ben and I, because Devon's gonna go off sailing around the world, doing whatever. But
yes,
you and I, Ben, what are we reading next week?
This is the 1971 Nebula Best Short Story winner. Good News from the Vatican by Robert Silverberg. And the basic gist of it, from what I gather, is that there's essentially there was an election of a robot to the position of Pope of the Church of Rome.
The Church of, did you say Rum or Rome?
Rome.
Rome. Okay. I was like, the
Rome.
Church of Rum.
Yeah.
Sign me up. I'm excited
The Church
now.
of Rome, as in the B-52 song. Yes.
Again, you and your 4 friends understood that joke.
Fist in the air. Let's go.
Maybe Greg gets it. I don't know. He gets weird stuff.
Rome if you want to. Roam around the world. But this week, it's Edward Bryant's Giants.
Yeah, why is it spelled that way?
Well, so it's G-I in lowercase and then A-N-T-S in uppercase.
Yeah.
Because it's about gigantic ants, you guys.
Is it though?
It is. It is both at the beginning and the
In
end.
a way, yeah.
Yeah, it totally
it's
is.
It's both a
It's actually
problem
pretty clever.
and a solution.
All right, guys. Well, walk us through it.
Sure thing.
Go for a bit.
All right. Yeah, let's go. So this
I could do it.
this well, you just skimmed over it, Mr. Kraft.
You do it. Well, I could do it, but no, you do it. Okay.
I could do it. I got the gist of it.
So Vigilante 8 follows like 8 different drivers in 1975.
Wow.
All right. Okay. So Giants. Basically, this is a story about there's an old man. He's in his 70s. He's a like molecular biologist, I think.
Possibly.
Am I right or wrong? Yeah.
I don't think the story knows.
Okay. But the basic idea here is that he's old and he falls asleep and he has a dream. And in the dream, he's out in the middle of the desert and there are these giant ants. And one of them basically chomps into his daughter and just mutilates her, and she dies. He wakes up to a home invader that has come into his room, and but looks like kind of at first looks like it was his daughter, except cut back to the real world in this story, and he never had a living daughter. The basic idea here is that there was a project that was a some kind of what do you call it, like a classified government project that that kind of had something to do with ants. And a lot of people were thinking it had something to do kind of with the big movie that came out in like the 50s called Them, which was about giant ants eating people. And he's like, no, the truth of it is quite different. And hey, heck, I'm old enough. You're, like, I'll tell you. Let's go. And they go out to lunch, and essentially then takes, he takes her to this facility where he shows her like, hey, we're running these specific experiments on these ants that are eating anything that they can find. And my wife, who was 8 months pregnant, was eaten alive by some of these ants, and it was terrible. And I have vowed to find a way to get back at the ants and make sure nobody else is being hurt by them. But basically, they swarm people.
Oh, hold on.
Eat it.
Wait, she wasn't eaten by the ants. She wasn't
eaten by the ants.
She had an allergic reaction to the ants.
That's right.
She died of anaphylactic shock. Yeah, because I was waiting for that too, but it was like, no, this is more like realistic. Like, yeah, she was bitten by these ants and then died from the shock. Yeah.
Right. So he's like, we've got a plan now. to take care of these ants, because they are starting in South America, and it's just a matter of time before they're going to make their way to North America, and get out of the jungle and become a real problem for a lot of people. And the woman asks him, like, well, what does that have to do with giant ants? And he goes, here's what's going on. If you double the size of ants, you quadruple the size of the tissues and systems inside the body that need, like the lungs, that like that's what's needed in order to keep a doubled the size of the ant alive. You keep on doubling the size of the ant, and it will get crushed by its own weight. So the way that we're going to
law.
the way that we're going to fix this is we're actually going to to make giant ants that just are destroyed by gravity.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always hear about, or I've seen things where they analyze like the idea of having large insects when you see like old 50s movies with giant insects, and then, you know, the science is like, well, actually that wouldn't work. They're evolved to exist at their scale, and their biology does not work at a larger scale, just because of the inverse cubed law.
I got a little story about this. A little quick detour. In my either 7th or 8th grade, I forget which, I want to say 7th grade math class, was around the time that Starship Troopers came out. And we were learning about the square cube mass law stuff. And he was like, the math teacher was cool. I don't remember his name or anything, but I remember he was a nice guy. But he was like, you know, hey, everyone knows about this movie. I'm going to tell you mathematically how it's impossible for these bugs to exist. And he explains the whole square, you know, the law. And like, I got it, but I was also a little upset because these were not Earth bugs. These were aliens. So I rose my little hand up and was like,
in a fist.
In a fist.
28 fans, let's rise up.
I said, 7th grade math class, we write at dawn. No, I and I said, I was like, hey, actually, I didn't actually, these are aliens, and they have a biology different of that of the insects on Earth. And, you know, I had like a little spiel. And this is one of those, there's no way this happened. The class cheered, actually. They were like, yeah. But all in a very playful manner, because the teacher was cool. The teacher was like, yes, okay, you got me there. He's like, but you understand the math, right? And I was like, yeah, I get it. So that was just a fun thing. It's been all downhill ever since. I've been chasing that high, you guys, since 7th grade.
Man, school can be cruel, but some days, you know, the dweebs win, man.
Sometimes us nerds get one. Okay, so their plan in this is to say we can't genetically kill them. So instead we're gonna genetically make them get so big they kill themselves.
Yep.
Okay.
And evidently it works. You know, and there's a few other things that happen in terms of like the character progression of the main characters, but that's kind of the general gist of it all.
I mean, there's like there's a little bit more to the story. Like, yeah, you got the general gist. But this is a very late 70s coded story. There's like just reading this, it like reminded me of like 1970s like spy thriller TV shows. You know what I mean? Like I guess not. It just had this weird vibe to it where it wasn't, you know, different. This is a different style of sci-fi, because they're referencing movies, they're you know, current-ish movies. There's no like unbelievable piece of science fiction. There's nothing like oh, the super intelligence flew off into the other galaxy. Like, there's nothing like that in there. It's very grounded. I don't know. The fact that the old man's Volkswagen is featured so prominently.
It's the girl's Volkswagen.
It's hers. I thought it was his.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh, okay.
hers, and she drives it. She drives it like a Ferrari at one point, because, yeah, and she's like, I think that part of it just has to do with the fact that he's old, has a lot of nostalgia for the old days, but she connects with him because she also has an affinity for older things too. And so
Oh.
they've got a pseudo romance going.
Yeah, which to me felt like it was completely unnecessary.
Well, but is it
Right.
like she reminds him of the daughter he could have had, or is it more romantic?
I mean, they pretty well
Well,
established the
she
daughter thing.
she also, so whether it's romantic to him, I think that to him she reminds him of the daughter it could have been.
Mhm.
But to her, she kisses him on the mouth. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like he doesn't do anything with that. He's just, but yeah.
So, and then the story ends with kind of a weird, like, 12 hours later, 18 hours later, 12 days later, 22 days later, 27 days later, like this really quick catch up of like, and here is what ended up happening, which again, I feel like it's not necessary. Like it just like wraps up the story in a way that doesn't allow your mind to explore possibilities.
I think it's helpful to mention that the ants, like, that this fought the ants, and it's the world was saved for a while anyway.
For now.
Yeah. As for everything else, it's interesting because the home invader, she comes back and she smashes a stained glass picture that kind of is mentioned a couple times in the story. That's like a double helix that his wife had gotten him on their first anniversary.
Yeah, his 40th birthday, their first anniversary.
Yeah, and I don't understand the significance of it, but it obviously was significant to the author,
Yeah, there's some, like I'm saying, there's some bits in here where it was like almost like red herrings or just not fully developed ideas. Like it feels like, yeah, like you're saying, there's something there, but I'm not sure where. Like it's mentioned a few times, but there's no other connections, and it doesn't really have any bearing on the plot in general. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what it meant.
Thus, I was able to take a lot of liberties in my synopsis to take 22 pages down to about 2.5 minutes.
So, I mean, so for us, maybe this isn't the greatest story, but what did this win? This was like, this is
it won the Nebula Short Story Award in 1979, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 1979.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, fantastic.
And so, yeah.
It's because
I think that
go ahead.
The idea behind it, I think the idea behind it of just like using the square cube law as a weapon is really cool. Like, that's very neat.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
I like that. All right, Devon, do you have anything to say about this?
I mean, I think we covered it. It's it's got a lot of themes going on with like the science and nature stuff that, especially like you were saying, like 70s was a big time for environmentalism. So,
okay, and they do talk about the bees a few times. I think they allude to like an invasive species of bees that were they tried to kill them and ended up killing people too, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you just skim it? Is it because you weren't enjoying it, or you were running out of time?
I just didn't have a lot of time.
Okay, fair enough. I was curious if you like started reading it and you were like, ugh, and just like rolled your eyes and just skimmed the rest of it.
No, I just reading. I just have to set aside the time to read, and I just didn't. I should have.
No, I got you. I got you.
Either something like this, because a few times we've read something where there was no audio version available, and I would either during work set aside some time to read it or before bed read it, but I just didn't have time to do those. So unfortunately, I didn't really set aside enough time to read all of it. So
fair enough.
Man, what are you doing? Being a good father?
All right. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, hey, this episode's a little short. It's a little shorter, guys. Is that okay?
That's all right.
That's all right,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're a patron. If you're a patron,
problem.
this is a normal sized episode because we got all the bonuses, all the good stuff. You know, it's trapped behind a paywall, but that's what this is. You knew what you signed up for. Who am I talking to here?
So it's their fault. Okay.
It's their fault. Come on. Anyway.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Ben, you took care of my dog and chickens the last day. How many eggs did you get, man, in total?
I think
Do you know?
I think we got 10.
10.
2 days.
There you go.
Yeah, I
Enjoy.
wasn't the one taking care of the chickens. That was the rest of my family. I was taking care of your dog
Oh, well,
and
thank
giving
you.
her a lot of love and a lot of attention
She
and a lot of
needs
sweet pets.
Good. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
sure.
Your wife sent me a picture of your son meditating with the chickens, which I thought was hilarious. My kids thought it was hilarious as well.
Yeah, and I came up with the idea like, okay, because she was like, well, why don't you do like a yoga with the chickens? Get a bunch of a bunch of people into paying like $50 to do yoga with your chickens. And I was like, no, silent disco with the chickens is like,
I mean,
that
if you can get their heads bobbing just right, that could be killer.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh man! All right, we're done here. Devon, you must be so disgusted with us. Do you have any final words for us?
No, I don't have any final words.
Okay, Ben, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Do you know what's worse than a box full of giant ants? A box that was supposed to be full of giant ants.
Good night, everybody.
This has been the Science Faction Podcast. Tweet to the host at SciFact Podcast. Email them at sciencefactionpodcast@gmail.com and visit sciencefactionpodcast.com for more episodes.